Orchid growers say their beauty is mesmerizing, but to a South Jersey orchid farmer, the flowers are more than beautiful. They're a way of life. Intriguing shapes and sizes, vibrant colors, and sweet fragrances make orchids one of America's most popular houseplants. Tucked away in Linwood, New Jersey, is the largest orchid producer in the Delaware Valley, known as Waldor Orchids. Just how many plants are inside Waldor's 7 greenhouses that cover more than 18,000 square feet?
We think there's probably about 500,000. The nice thing about orchids is every one is different. There's 30,000 known species throughout the world. Every continent except for Antarctica, you can find orchids. So it's really an amazing species.
These orchids, which resemble the shape of a moth, are called phalaenopsis.
The phalaenopsis orchid is probably the easiest to grow, and that's why it's so popular as a house plant. They love the east window or western exposure. They also like the warmer house temperature. They're very long lasting. They will last up to 3 or 4 months in flower. This is the Masdevallia orchid, which comes from higher elevations of Ecuador and Peru and Colombia. It really requires cold temperatures. This is part of our jungle showroom area in which we have plants actually growing in the trees the way they would do in their native habitat. Most orchids are epiphytical, which means that they're air-growing plants. And then the other group of orchids are terrestrial, which means that they're ground-growing. And that's like the lady slippers that you see in this greenhouse. And if you see the pouch here, that's where it gets its name, the lady slipper.
Waltoff's father opened Waldor Orchids in 1925. Today, it's still a family-owned and operated business. But if you think maintaining an orchid farm is an easy task, think again.
We're open all year round. Orchid plants take anywhere from 5 to 8 years to reach flowering size. We have to treat these plants like children. A greenhouse, of course, in this area has to be heated during the wintertime because we have to maintain about 60 degrees in the greenhouse. In the summertime, we have ventilation both overhead and on the sides that we have to open up to allow for greater air movement. We actually go through and mist to create higher humidity levels.
As one of the most complex members of the floral family, orchids are often called the royalty of the plant kingdom. With their sculptured shapes and colors, they're also considered to be, by many, the most beautiful.
People come in and say, "Oh, you must be an orchid expert. You've been growing them all your life." But I said, no, no such thing, because we are always learning something new about how beautiful they really are.
Still ahead, a Philadelphia